Week 16 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to buy low and trade for this week. The first guy, Chris Duarte of the Indiana Pacers. So Duarte, it's been an up and down rookie season for him, no doubt about it. And now he's banged up with an ankle injury, but he's going to play in Saturday's ball game, reports have come out. So on the season here for Duarte in his rookie year, 13.2 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.7 threes a game, and 42% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's definitely struggled. 35% from the field, 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.3 threes a game, and 35% from the field here for Duarte. So Duarte, we know he's a sharpshooter. We know he's going to be hot and cold. And right now, with his value way down, and even fantasy owners dropping him in 10% of fantasy leagues over the last week here, you could pretty much get him for nothing or even pick him up on your waiver wire. The last few games here for Duarte, January 29th at Dallas, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 45% from the field. January 31st versus the Clippers, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, 27% from the field. And February 2nd versus the Magic, 11 points, 7 rebounds, and assists, 2 threes, 27% from the field. So right here, he's definitely in a slump, low field goal percentage. But I think he could break out. And then the Indiana Pacers at the NBA trade deadline next week, I think they're going to shift and move a lot of these guys at the trade deadline, where more younger players like Duarte are going to play more and get every opportunity. So I would go out there and try to make a deal for him, and you don't got to give up much, like I mentioned this week. The second guy is Duncan Robinson of the Miami Heat. So Robinson got that huge contract in the offseason from the Heat. And this year here, it's been a little bit of a down year. His numbers from last year to this year, 11.8 points a game, 3.1 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 3.1 threes a game, and only 39% from the field here for Robinson. So right now, we know he's a sharpshooter. We know he's a big three-point shooter, and if that's not going, that's where he runs into some trouble. In the last few games here for Robinson, January 31st at Boston, 6 points, 5 rebounds, a steal, 2 threes, 25% from the field. February 1st at the Raptors, 5 points, 2 assists, a 3, 16% from the field. And February 3rd at San Antonio, he had a nice bounce-back game, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 4 threes, and 50% from the field. So right here, maybe he'll get back on the right track after shooting 50% from the field and having a good game at the San Antonio Spurs after struggling the last 4 or 5 games. So right now, he's another guy that's been actually dropped in 8% of fantasy leagues, and you don't got to give up much at all, in my opinion, to get Duncan Robinson on your team. And I think he's going to break out because he's been too good of a shooter throughout his career to have his numbers drop, especially the field goal percentage, by 4 or 5 points from last season to this season. And the third and final guard I look to trade for and buy this week's Jalen Green of the Houston Rockets. So Green, it's been an up and down rookie year for him as well this year. 14.3 points a game, 3.4 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.8 threes, and 37% from the field here for Jalen Green. So it's been up and down, like I mentioned. And the last couple weeks here, his numbers have definitely hit the wall. 11.6 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.2 threes a game, and only 25% from the field. So obviously, that's not getting the job done right now for Jalen Green, even though I know he's still scoring the basketball decently. But the field goal is bad. He's not really giving you any other categories besides maybe rebounding. And right now, I think he's going to break out more in the second half of the season. Right now, he could be hitting the rookie wall a little. January 28th versus Portland, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 threes, 36% from the field. January 31st versus the Warriors, 10 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 22% from the field. And February 2nd versus Cleveland, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, 3 threes, 46% from the field. So right there, pretty good numbers in that last ball game versus Cleveland. But it's just one ball game. His shooting percentage has been abysmal over the last few weeks here. So right now, maybe he's going to get things going. And he's only owned in 60% of fantasy leagues. So he's another guy you could buy. And I don't think you got to break the bank for him. So that's a few guards I will look to buy and trade for here for Week 16 of the fantasy basketball season.